Hi, Leo. Welcome back to Lee's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what's going on with you and your person. Okay, this has to do with new love. But like as I always tell you, whatever spirit has to tell you, if there's something that needs to be told to you, it's going to be told. Because remember, this is not a personal reading; it is a collective reading. So it is going to be set up for everyone that comes through to watch it where it's supposed to resonate. Okay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm in a hotel room. I'm on the way back home. The air is on. I have to turn the air on because when I channel, I get hot. And so hopefully I checked it to make sure that it wasn't making too much noise. Hopefully it's not. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, here we go, Leo. The overall energy for this week's reading is the Seven of Swords. So this is talking about deception. Okay, it can also speak of planning. We're going to take a look at it. I'm going to clarify it to see more of what Spirit is talking about. When it comes to this could just be talking about betrayal. It can be speaking of lies. It can talk about a lot of different things. Okay, underneath this is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is talking about having options, having choices, and being confused. So you may have a lot of people in your face at this time, or this is Spirit predicting what is about to come when it comes to your love life, that you may have a lot of choices when it comes to that. And this is going to be about you using your discernment in order to figure out who is the right person for you. Okay. But as I've always told y'all, there's going to be one person that stands out from the rest. Okay. Underneath this is the Page of Pentacles, earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This can talk about, someone coming and telling you how they feel, because when it comes to love tarot, this card for me can speak of Spirit saying if someone has feelings for someone, it's time to just bite the bullet and come forward and tell them. So the fact that this card is showing up can talk about a possible love offer, that someone is probably going to come towards you, let you know how they feel, and offer you something. All right, a love offer. All right, underneath this is the World. This is talking about, it's all signs. It's talking about closing out cycles, opening up new doors and opportunities for yourself, overcoming personal challenges. It can also just speak of just you having the world at your feet because you have done the deed, done what Spirit has asked you to do, which is to turn away from this twin in favor of a newer and better life for yourself. Okay. So we are going to start by clarifying this Seven of Swords. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, the twin is wanting to come and apologize to you. I can see it in the cards. So I'm just telling you what it is. They're wanting to come forward and be vulnerable. Okay, here we go. Seven of Swords, please. Okay. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Okay, here we go. So you've got somebody coming in, okay? It's going to be different for all of you. You may have already met someone new. You're about to meet someone new, or you've met someone new in the past, okay? This person's going to be drawn to you with the drawn to you card, but we got the twin popping up here, okay? They're numbing themselves, trying to not, still trying to hide from their feelings. And then we've got the accusation card, which talks about them pointing the finger at you. Okay, so we're going to throw this to the side. Okay, Spirit is telling you that this is what you need to focus on. Focus on your material world. Don't really worry about your love life right now, because as I've told you, it is, being divinely guided. So everything is happening as it's supposed to happen. Those of you who are waiting on your person and they have not shown up yet, Spirit is telling you that right now, what is going on, this is what is supposed to go on, that there is no issue, there is no problem. Because remember, as I tell you, there are two people, you and this new person, trying to come together. And so You have your things you have to focus on. Your person has their things they have to focus on before, this reunion can happen. And I'm telling you, it's reunion because, like I said, for a lot of you, this is someone that you knew in a past life. You've had a lot of lives with this person, and they're returning to you in this lifetime in order to, be with you. Okay. All right. So the first card that we have is talking about you, the energy that you're sitting in at the current time, and it's coming up as the Page of Wands. So this is a fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. With this Page of Wands, what it is talking about is you being curious, you being excited about this new love. You have a lot of passion for this person, but I also feel like it's the type of thing, what I see? I see somebody, oh gosh, like in the movies, like a little kid, when a little kid meets somebody new, like in a movie, and they'll put their hands on the side of the door, and they'll peek out to see. That's the energy I'm getting with this Page of Wands. I feel like you are excited and wanting to be with this person, but you are also a little timid at the same time. Okay, let's clarify. Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Okay, so you and this person are gonna, you mirror each other. I tell you this all the time. This is going to be someone that truly does admire you. Okay, and because they admire you and they love you so much, this person is going to be going above and beyond to do whatever they need to do for you and to prioritize you in this connection to make it work. Okay, when it comes to you, this is going to be a hot, passionate romance here. This is the only card that fell for you. Let me see if I can get another one. Page of Wands. I feel like that's why you're showing up as a wand. Okay, so you also have the read between the lines card. Let me see if I can clarify that. Hold on one second. Okay. Read between the lines. Cards are flying. Okay. So Spirit is clarifying this to say that, you have deep spiritual awakening that you're undergoing right now. All right. And so, like I said, this is going to be a very passionate romance between the two of you. There's going to be a lot of, the two of you are going to think the same about a lot of things. Okay. And like I said, there's going to be admiration. I don't feel like it's going to be one-sided admiration. I feel like you're going to admire this person as much as they admire you once you get to know them. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person, we've got them showing up as the Nine of Wands. They are showing up as the wounded warrior. As I've told you, they've gone through things just like you have. Hold on. But I feel like they are working on putting those things to bed. Okay. You and this person know each other in the 5D. Okay. On the other side, your higher selves know each other. That's probably the reason why you may be hearing songs, random songs from this person, or the two of you may have telepathy with each other. Okay. Yeah. See, they're coming in with a love offer. You see there? Look at there. Okay. So those of you, let me tell you this, Leo, those of you who are sick and tired of waiting, I understand it. Trust me, I'm in the same energy. Spirit is telling you they are driving the bus. They are driving the car to take your hands off of this because I want to say this to you because in this type of situation, if you try to control it, you're only going to slow things down. Okay. I can see in my mind, when somebody gets picked up by another person and they're too tall to be picked up by that person, and so their feet are dragging the ground. I feel like that's what's happening. For those of you, this is only for those of you who are trying to control this. You have to take your hands off of it. Like I told you, Spirit is telling you this is what you need to be focusing on: counting your coin, getting your money together, standing in your power, knowing your worth, as I always tell you, because this love offer is going to come in, but it's only going to come in when Spirit deems that the both of you are ready for it. Okay. All right. Hold on. Nine of Wands. So, okay. So Your person, as I said, showed up as the wounded warrior. And because of this, this is spirit saying, you know, this person is gonna, when they show up to you, they're gonna rise up like a phoenix from the ashes after doing the work that they need to do. And they're coming in with unconditional love. Okay. When it comes to you, this person working on themselves, whatever it is that they need to work on themselves, because it's going to be different for all of you because you're all with different people. But when it comes to you, I feel like the reason why this coin card is showing up, this material world card is showing up, is because some of you not only have wounds that happened relationship wise, like with relationships with other people, but I also feel like some of you have wounds when it comes to money, because it just could be learned behavior that you learned from your parents or from the people around you growing up, you know, about being in a scarcity and a lack mindset. And I feel like this is about to turn around, and that's why spirit is telling you to focus on this. Okay. All right. So the energy between the two of you, we have the Two of Wands showing up here. This can talk about you and this person being at a distance. This person could travel for a living. This can also speak of emotional distance, because even though this person is in love with you, you are, you know, some of you don't know who this is yet. And you could be, you know, that could be cut. Let's try it again. That could be categorized as emotional distance. Okay. So this could also be talking about moving. You may be, you know, trying to move somewhere different because maybe the environment that you currently live in is not getting it done for you. And then this could be your person as well, because like I said, both of you are going through a spiritual awakening. Okay. Because we just had deep spiritual awakening underway show up. And I feel like this is talking about the both of you. Okay. All right. So let's clarify. Two of Wands. And then, you know, because I see the two candy canes here and I see Santa Claus in the background. So for some of you, you may be moving, or this could be your person moving sometime around the holidays. Okay. Or maybe the new year. Okay. All right. So this person is dreaming of you. All right. Is a card that I'm getting here. And then we have the family card. This person, you know, not only dreams of you, but they dream of the two of you coming together and, like I said, building a life together. All right. So when it comes to the energy you're sitting in, when it comes to them, we have you with the Five of Pentacles, Leo. And I feel like the reason why the Five of Pentacles is coming up is because you see what it says here. Well, let's talk about this first. There's a panda bear, and a panda bear out in the snow. Then we see under the bottom here, it says fast food. So I feel like what Spirit is saying with this card is that a lot of times you may have found yourself left out in the cold because you've had a lot of quote unquote fast food relationships where things, you know, like I said, they move fast, you know, you were just all caught up in the feelings. Your person was all caught up in the feelings, and you both ended up in a place at the end where you didn't know how in the hell you got there because things move so fast. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the clarification cards for this, we have the loyalty card. So I feel like this is what you're all about at this point. If somebody's not coming into your life, Leo, and trying to be loyal, you're not trying to hear it. Then we've got the destruction card coming up. This is the Tower. This is showing up on your person's side, because I feel like when they come in and they let you know how they feel, this destruction card, you know, this is the equivalent of the Tower, and it's going to cause a tower moment in your life. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay. So when it comes to your person and how they're feeling towards you, we've got the Star. So this is Aquarius energy. It is talking about this person feels like you are their wish come true. Okay. All right. It can also, you know, talk about them, you know, going through this period of healing that they're going through. Yeah. Interested in you, blooming romance, flirting, wanting to date. Those are all their intentions. Yeah. They're trying to, you know, keep those high vibes. You know, I feel like them thinking about you, they think about you so much until that helps to elevate them and keep them elevated while they're going through this transformation they're going through with the Phoenix card. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the energy between the both of you, we have the High Priestess showing up here. This is Pisces energy. And I feel like this is your spirit saying that both of you are going to be in the energy where you're going to receive guidance from spirit. You're going to be listening to your intuition when it comes to this connection. And I feel like, it's going to be a concerted effort. It's going to be you, your person, and spirit, the three of you together, bringing this connection together, because it's a divine connection. Okay. It's a divine connection because of all of the things that you've gone through, and the fact that you are an empath, and the fact that you are here to do certain work to bring light to this world. Some of you, just you being here and being in a relationship with this person is going to help to bring light into this world, because you're going to show people what's possible in life. Okay. All right. So the two cards that fell on your side is, we've got the Embrace Change card and the I Can Do It card, the Determination card. And I feel like this is going to be a turnaround from this Five of Pentacles card, because you've been feeling left out in the cold when it comes to love. But I feel like you're stepping into a new energy where you're going to be able to embrace change and be determined to make this work. I feel like what it is that for a lot of you, you're afraid to believe. You're afraid to believe in this person. I feel like for some of you, the idea of this connection scares the shit out of you, because some of you don't know. You're wondering what the fuck you're going to do with it when the person gets here. But that's why the High Priestess is showing up, because Spirit is telling you, you're going to just listen to your intuition. Spirit is not going to bring the person into your life and just drop you, Leo. This is going to be, a situation where they're going to be here to, not necessarily hold your hand, but help you through this. If you've got issues, you've got questions, you've got, whatever is going on, you just got to take it day by day. Okay. It's a learning thing. Okay. It's just, all it is that you're getting into a relationship now where before you had to run after somebody and go through all this hurt and this pain in order to try to make something happen. And there was never any guarantee that it was going to happen. And if it did, it was only for a short period of time. With this new person, you're getting into a relationship. And instead of you having to run and chase and do all this stuff, this person is going to be right here in your face, just like you won't be in their faces. And the two of you are going to reciprocate. That's all it is. And you just got to know that you can do it. You can be in this relationship. You can have a healthy relationship, but it starts with your mindset. Okay. It's how you identify. You got to stop identifying as that old person who always gets walked all over. You have to stop identifying as the person who's gotten their heart broken 5 million times. You have to stop identifying as that. Okay. It's story time. So there was someone who put some information in the comments, and they were talking about their love life. I'm not gonna say who it is, because I'm not trying to, look at this person in the negative light. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just using what they're saying as a talking point, because I want all of you to understand this. Okay. So this person was basically giving me a breakdown of what had happened to them the last few years of their life when it came to their love life. And so the things that they were saying, the way they were saying it, I explained to them. I said, okay, I'm on the outside looking in when y'all are telling me these things in the comments. So if I see something that can help you, I'm going to step in and say something. So I told this person, I said, okay, well, I can see why some of the things that have happened to you are happening to you. And when I'm saying this, I'm not saying that it is your fault. What I'm saying is it's your mindset. So it is the way that you identify. And I just explained that to you with this, right? You have to stop looking at yourself. If you're somebody that you've had all these relationships, everything's blown up in your face, every person you've been with has stabbed you in the back, you have to stop telling yourself that story. And that's what I was telling this person in the comments. You have to stop identifying like that. So whenever you say I am, and you put something at the end of it, you're identifying that way. Even if you say you tired, because I do that all the time, and I have to start catching myself. That's something I always say. I'm like, oh, when I wake up, I'm tired. I'm tired. And I'm like, I got to stop saying that, because all that does is perpetuate it. Or if I say something happens and I don't like it, and I say, oh, I'm sick of this, or I'm tired of this, or whatever, you have to stop saying certain things. Because and like I said, when I tell y'all this, I'm talking to myself too. Okay. So this is all about a mental diet. You're wanting your life to change. You're wanting things to be different. You're not wanting to experience the same things you experienced in the past. Spirit is telling you to embrace change, because change is coming. But you have to help it along as well by not identifying with the old story. You gotta get rid of that old story. So if you want somebody to come in and be the damn greatest love of all, that's what you got to start telling yourself. You're gonna be like, this new person is coming. They the greatest thing since sliced bread, and I deserve this. I deserve this love. Okay, I deserve it. I've been, I've dealt with all these things in the past, and that period is over with, and now I'm a new person. I'm coming out, because I hear Diana Ross in my head. That song, I'm coming out. That song, okay? Don't get me to sing it. So you got to be in that mindset now of what you're wanting it to be, because I'm telling you, if you don't stop identifying a certain way, those things are just going to keep happening, because that's the way this world works. Okay. It is based upon what you think, okay, and how you identify. So if on some level, I used to tell y'all this all the time in the past, those of you who've been with me for years, you've heard this many times. It's like you're hypnotizing yourself. Every time you tell the stories of the bad things that happen to you, you reinforcing it every time, because you're telling your subconscious mind, yeah, this is what happened. And every time I tell it, you just, it's the same thing. So that's why when people want to say on the channel that I repeat myself, yeah, I do it on purpose. I do it on purpose, because you're doing it to yourself all day long, and I'm doing it to myself too. Like I told you, when I say I'm tired, or I say I'm tired of this, or I'm this and that, I'm doing the same thing. And so you're doing it too. And so I'm repeating these things to you in these tarot card readings, because I want it to stick. And the way for it, the way that it sticks is repetition. So that's why a lot of times you'll hear me say the same things, or sometimes we'll have a reading and a lot of the same things will come out. It is because these are the new things that Spirit is wanting you to pick up. And the way you pick these things up is through repetition. Okay. All right. So like I said, you doing it to yourself every time you think something fucked up about what happened to you in your past. So why can't you sit and listen to somebody tell you something positive, right? Because think about how you feel sometimes at the end of these readings. This is about inspiration. This is about you feeling inspired. This is about you feeling like, okay, this new relationship is coming into my life, and I don't need to be feeling like I can't do it. I don't need to be feeling like this. I need to be feeling like I can do it. Okay. And so that's what we're talking about here. But, about you opening yourself up to receive, because a lot of us, we're very good givers, especially Leos. Because I tell y'all all the time, I grew up with my grandmother. She was a Leo, and she had the best heart, the biggest heart in the world. She would give you anything if you asked her for it. There were many times in her life where she walked around with no money. She used to dig in her purse and give me her last. That's how I know about Leos, and I know how good y'all are. Okay. But this is about you learning how to receive now, and to stop always being about the giving. There's nothing wrong with you being a giver. I think it's a beautiful quality that you have. But Spirit is saying, okay, you've given and given and given. Now it's time for somebody to come in and give to you. They're not saying that you can't give to this person anymore, but you have to learn. I feel like you've mastered the art of giving, right? As a Leo, you have mastered the art of giving. I feel like a lot of us have, because in these one-sided relationships, that's what happened. We gave and gave and gave and gave and gave, and the other person didn't give shit, right? Or they gave when they felt like they wanted to give, or they give you a little bit here and a breadcrumb there and this here and that there. And so Spirit is saying you have mastered that. Okay. And it's a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with it. Nobody is saying anything wrong is wrong with it. But now it is time for you to learn how to master receiving from other people. Because you got to remember, think about how good it feels, Leo, when you give to other people. Think about how you walk around on cloud nine. You got a smile on your face, how good it makes you feel. Like you can do something nice for somebody, Leo, and all day long you feel wonderful because you were able to give of yourself or do something nice for somebody and make somebody else feel good. So that's, like I say, people say that, talk about giving, but when you give to people, it not only helps the other person, it helps you too. So you have to remember that when it comes to your person coming in, because when it comes to your person coming in, they're giving to you, you're receiving, you feeling good because finally somebody's paying attention and giving back to you. And then your person is feeling good too because they get to do something to make them feel good and make them walk around on cloud nine. So it's like when just like when you give, it's a gift. It's also a gift when you receive because you allow this person to do something for you and it endears them to you. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Let me see. So Spirit is telling you the answer is yes. Okay. This is about you and your new person releasing the old. That's what we just talked about, right? Releasing those old things, letting go of those old stories. Like you may have to write the stories down. You might have to do something symbolic in order for you to truly let it go. Like write it down on a piece of paper and then go outside or go somewhere, go somewhere where you can light something on fire and light it on fire and let it go. Or look at this. I can't remember what country they do it in where they have that. Somebody gonna tell me in the comments though. There is some kind of, what is the ceremony where they light the lanterns and they is it Japan? I think it is. They do that like once a year or something like that. And they light the lanterns and let stuff go. And it symbolizes them releasing the old and making way for the new, because a lot of us have gone through so many things, Leo, that we're up to here with all the shit that we've hung on to of things that other people have done and we haven't let it go. So you have to let these things go to make room for the new. Because like I said, this new person coming in, they gonna be bending over backwards, baby. They admire you. Okay. The two of you mirror each other. And so the fact that you mirror each other, that's telling me you both gonna be trying to outgive the other person. So like I said, you're walking into and stepping into a beautiful relationship. You just gotta understand that part of the beautiful thing for your person too is for you to allow them to give to you just like you like to give to other people. Okay. All right. So now we're going to get some messages from your person. See what they want to tell you. Not the old person, the new person. Okay. We not paying attention to the old person. We ain't worrying about them because they wasn't worrying about you when you was going through what you was going through. So we not worrying about them neither. Okay. So we've got, you are my heart's desire. Okay. Like I said, we already know how this person, feels about you, hopelessly devoted. Okay. I often imagine what it will be like whenever you and I come together. Okay. Like I told you, they dream about you and they think about, the two of you creating this family together and what your lives are going to be like together. And that's why I told y'all, if you didn't watch that twin flame reading I did on Sunday, go back and watch it because I talk about this, how this person is constantly imagining what life is going to be like with the two of you. And that is what is helping to bring the two of you together. And so Spirit is telling you to do the same thing, because when you do that, you're sitting in the energy of receiving, which is what we just talked about, right? Okay, so let's get some other messages. Okay, so this person is telling you they're waiting for you patiently. Okay, they feel so happy with you because, like I said, in their mind, the two of you are already together because they're dreaming about you. throughout the day, they're visualizing the two of you being together. Like I told you, that's what's keeping their vibration high, is they're not letting go of the dream of the two of you being together. And so you don't need to be giving up either. Okay, just because you went through bad things in the past, Leo, like I told you, we balling that up like a piece of paper and we throwing it away or setting it on fire. Okay, we're not thinking like this anymore. There's no more Five of Pentacles. That shit is in the past. Okay, all right, so this person is recovering, like I told you, from the things that they need to recover from, and they sit and they wonder how you feel. Like I said, this person is all about you. They focus on themselves and they love themselves too. But you, I feel like, are just as important as as they are to themselves. You are just as important to them as well. Okay? All right. Let's get some other messages. Okay. So we have, you are my destiny. I just want us to love each other. Hold on. And get it to come in. Okay. My love for you is the best part of life. And then we've got to have a confession to make. So this person's going to come forward, like I told you, and let you know how they feel. So I had somebody else come in the comments and they were saying some stuff about how they didn't watch the whole reading, because the whole last reading, I think it was from this week, because I was talking about how where the new person could come from, that it could be somebody that you've known in the past, but not in a romantic capacity. And like I said, they could be a past life love. I mean, for some of you, it could be somebody you were in something with, but it may not have gone anywhere. It could have been somebody you dated a couple of times and it might have fizzled out and maybe nothing happened. Nothing bad happened between the two of you. It just wasn't your time, because sometimes it's not your time to be with somebody. Okay. It could be the right person, wrong time. It could be, like I said, a coworker, somebody that you went to school with. It could be anything. But I feel like for a lot of you, it is new love. But for some of you, it is somebody that you already know. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because I wanted to read y'all. I've been reading it to everybody. This comment that I got about somebody that met someone that they already knew, but it wasn't a past love. It wasn't somebody they were in a love relationship with. Okay, here it is. Okay, this person says, you are so right with the return. Look, and you got the same card. Okay, it says, this person says, my person from the past was just a friend from high school, and we are doing really well, and he's presently my soulmate. Okay, I had to leave the toxicity behind, and my soulmate came right on in as soon as I changed my frequency and vibration. What did we just talk about? And I told you, frequency is how you identify. So if you still telling that old story, you got to stop telling that old story. It happened in the past. We know it was jacked up. We don't want to repeat it. Spirit is not trying to send you somebody who messed you over. It's not about that. Okay. So like I'm telling you, this person is telling you, this person was a friend from high school. They never were together romantically. So she's saying that they're having a really good relationship. So she's saying your past could be anyone. So listen to the reader, guys. It doesn't have to be someone you were in a relationship with. Just like she said, have faith and know the divine has someone that is better. But make room for it by ridding yourself of all and anybody or anything that is not serving you for your highest good. Okay. So this is the thing I'm telling you, is it's not just about walking away from the people from the past. It's also about you stopping those stories that you tell about them as well. Like I said, I enjoy listening to y'all stories in the comments. So it's not me saying anything like that. But what I'm saying is, you share it, but don't continue to tell yourself those things. Like me, I don't tell myself anything about this, about my twin anymore. I said it happened. It was a lesson I needed to learn. I'm grateful for the lesson. I've forgiven the person. I let it go. and I'm moving on to new. Okay. I tell myself what I'm wanting to happen. So that's what it is. It's self-hypnosis. That's what you're doing to yourself all day long. The things that we say, that's all it is. It's self-hypnosis. So that's why you hear me telling you a lot of times I'll say the same things in the reading, because I'm trying to get you to pick up the new stuff and let go of the old. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to get some romance angel oracle cards and see what else spirit wants to tell you. So look, we have heart-to-heart conversations. It says honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Okay. This is going to be somebody, like I said, where you can have a meeting of the minds with this person. You're going to be able to talk to them about anything you need to talk to them about. Okay. So both of you are givers. So you both have to take turns receiving in the connection. Because I feel like both of you primarily, that's your, that's one of your love languages, is giving to the other person. And like I said, I think that's a beautiful thing to be like that, to love people like that and want to give to them. But you also have to honor them by accepting as well. Okay. All right. So then we've got stay optimistic about your love life. So spirit is telling you to leave this Five of Pentacles alone. This is the past. We ain't worrying about the past no more. So spirit is telling you positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So that's why we're talking about this tonight. Start to tell yourself what you want to hear. Like I said, when you love on yourself, start to tell yourself the things that you want this person, how you want them to talk to you. Tell yourself, because I tell myself all day long, that I'm beautiful and I'm smart and I got an amazing sense of humor and all these things. I'm talented, all these things. Start to tell yourself that stuff and let go of telling yourself all that other shit, because the way you identify is what you're going to experience. Okay. All right. So I hope this helped, Leo. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Leo.
Hi, Leo. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what's going on with you and your soulmate in your love life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. This one. Okay, here we go, Leo. Overall energy for this week's reading. Hold on one second. Okay, it is the Queen of Swords. This is an air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This is talking about like having gone through a lot when it comes to your love life. Okay, you may be a widow. You could also be divorced. I feel like this is representing your person as well, that you both suffered a lot of turmoil when it comes to your love life. Okay, and this can speak of sometimes suppressing a lot of the pain that you've experienced because of your past experiences. Okay, underneath this is the Seven of Wands. Okay, I feel like you're both of you are guarding your energy, because this Queen of Swords can be about guarding your energy as well, with that sword, being ready to hurt anybody, chop anybody up that comes near you, comes too close. And with the Seven of Wands, like I said, it's guarding your energy, it's standing your ground. This can also talk about like boundaries, setting boundaries and letting people know how far they can go. Okay. Underneath this is the Three of Wands. So this is talking about you waiting for your ships to come in, and they're appearing. They're on the horizon. You can see that they're there. Okay. And then underneath this is the Three of Pentacles. This is about you and your person coming together, collaborating, compromising, working together to build an amazing relationship, just like this person is building a work of art. Okay. Then we have the Knight of Wands coming coming out. This is a fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is talking about taking a risk. So that's what Spirit is telling you, is that this love relationship is going to be a risk. Any love relationship you get into is going to be a risk. So for those of you who kind of want to give up, I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, think about how you felt when you went into that relationship with the last person you were with. If you can, you know, this is the one that you want. This is the relationship that you've been asking for. So, you know, it would behoove you, if that's what you still want, to be in a relationship, to take that risk to go towards that person, okay? Because both of you had an ending, all right? And both of you had to walk away, okay, from the Eight of Cups towards that Ninth Cup there, which is your wish fulfillment. And your wish fulfillment is ending up being each other, okay? All right. So let's go ahead and clarify this Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Okay. When it comes to your side, we got the third party card showing up and the cycles card. So Spirit is just saying this cycle is coming to an end where, you know, you've gone through things and been mistreated by people in relationships, okay? And the third party card is showing up here because you're going to have to make a choice between the twin and this soulmate that's coming in, okay? When it comes to the soulmate, we've got 3 cards showing up here. This person is working on their self-insecurities. We also have that this person is coming in with equal love. So this is like the 6 of Pentacles. And then we have the transformation card. This is about them letting go of things that no longer serving them, that are no longer serving them, and becoming the type of person that is worthy of this type of relationship the two of you are coming into. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the card that represents where you are this week, when it comes to this relationship, we have the 6 of Pentacles. This is like the equal love card coming up on your person's side. So you're both mirroring each other. You're both in a situation where, or in an energy where you're wanting to have equal give and take, equal love, you know, and you want to treat each other in the proper manner, the way you've always wanted to be treated. You're ready to give, or to give what it is that you've always been giving, but this time you're ready to receive. That's what Spirit is talking about you being open to be receptive to this. Because we talked about this last week, Leo, about how you're an amazing giver, okay? But now it's time for you to learn how to receive, how to take from other people as well, because that's part of the dynamic, okay? It's like you breathing in and out. You don't just breathe out, right? And never breathe in. That's the equivalent of you giving is you breathing out, and then you receiving is breathing in. And so it's like I told you before, when it comes to giving, you know, I know you love it also, not just because it makes the other person feel good, but it makes you feel good too, because it's coming from the heart. You really care about people. You really want to do right by them. But also part of doing right by them is being receptive to what they want to give to you as well. Okay. But I feel like what it also has been is that the people, you know, nobody's been wanting to give to Leo. Leo just been giving out to everybody until Leo don't have nothing else to give. But now Spirit is telling you, you have somebody coming in that's going to want to give to you just as much as you give to them. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah. See, in past relationships, you have been abandoned. Okay. And let me see, what is that on the card? There's a rose, a red rose on that chair. I've looked at this card so many times and I saw that red, but I just realized that it was a red rose. So I feel like this is you. You know, this is the equivalent of you being abandoned. And I feel like that red rose represents your love. Like you've tried to give people love and you've just ended up, you know, by yourself with that flower that represents your love. Okay. But Spirit is telling you that it's time to release these things that you've experienced in the past. And it's like starting all over, having a clean slate. Okay. You got to let these things go. Okay. All right. So let me see. Okay. Okay, you know they trying to come in. You know, always sneaking around lying about things. So we're gonna let that go. Let me move to the other deck. Okay, so we've got the special occasion card coming up. For some of you, this person could be coming into your life during a special occasion. It could be the holidays because I see these lights. They look like Christmas lights here. For some of you, it could be the New Year because I see the champagne here. Or for some of you, it could be, your birthday. If this is not your sun sign, you could be looking at one of your other signs, okay? And your birthday could be, somewhere near the end of the year or the beginning of the year, okay? Okay, so when it comes to your person, the card we have for them is the Seven of Pentacles. So this person, is planting their seeds, okay? And they're waiting for them to grow so that they can harvest. This is about them having patience and knowing that, divine timing is at hand and they've got to do, what they need to do to remain steadfast, but also be patient and know that when the time is right, the two of you are going to come together, okay? Okay, so let's clarify. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So you've got a lot of big dreams when it comes to your love life, okay? And I feel like a lot of these dreams, you keep them to yourself because I see the moon here, okay? And you have a lot of emotion, a lot of love that you want to give somebody because I see this water. I'm being drawn to the water as well, okay? All right, and then the moon too. The moon can talk about your emotions. So it talks about, I feel like it's Spirit saying that you've been pretty much hiding your emotions because you're tired of people using your feelings against you, okay? So when it comes to your person, they're an evolving, a masculine that's evolving, all right? And then they've got, addictions that they're battling, okay? We've looked at this before. A few weeks ago when I did that reading and people were all upset because this person has issues just like a normal person. They are battling whatever it is that they need to deal with. Like I said, it doesn't have to be anything illicit. It's going to be different for everybody because this is not a personal reading. It's not a private reading. I'm not reading for one person. I'm reading for the entire collective. So Spirit is giving you, an amalgam of what is going on, okay, within the collective, okay? All right, let me see. Can you clarify this, please, Spirit? Yeah. So again, it's the patience card is coming up. Spirit is saying, you got to have patience. For a lot of you who are wondering where this person is, they are not here because, like I told you, they got to get right. Just like you got to get right. It's a thing where both of you got to be on your toes in order to be in this connection. That's why Spirit keeps telling you to have patience, trust, and just know that everything's going to work out when it's time. Hold on. One of the cards fell. Hold on one second. I don't know. There's supposed to be a card here and it's not there. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so when it comes to the energy between the both of you, we have the Eight of Swords here. So this is talking about both of you feeling stuck, but it's a mental prison and it's something you're doing to yourself. So you have, limiting beliefs, things that, you've been battling as well. Okay. Because an addiction can be, limiting beliefs as well. It doesn't have to, like I told you, it doesn't have to be anything illicit. It doesn't have to be drugs, doesn't have to be drinking. Okay. You can have an addiction to watching TV. You can have an addiction to, doing anything, basically, too much of anything. Okay. And so this addiction can be very dangerous, just like an alcohol addiction or a drug addiction. Okay. The Eight of Swords, you being stuck in your head, you thinking these negative thoughts, because they're going to play out. The more you think them, the more they're going to continue to play out in the 3D. Okay. So that's why Spirit is telling you, that it's time to take a look at them and do what you need to do in order to deal with them. Okay, hold on. Okay, so see, okay. Just like you got somebody, a snake around you, these are your person's cards. They're trying to cut off this scorned ex-lover that they've had to deal with, okay? And so, like I told you, this person is not going to be happy that the two of you are together, just like your person is not going to be either. And the both of them are going to be trying to self-sabotage. I mean, to sabotage, not self-sabotage, but sabotage this connection, okay? So your person is working on completely cutting this person, out of their life, okay? I feel like they had done it before, and the fact that they're showing up here, I feel like it's them showing up again. Okay. All right. So when it comes to you, you will have a balancing of the scales. I feel like this is when your person comes in, and it's going to be around winter time is what Spirit is saying. Okay. For some of you. All right. So when it comes to what is in your power to change, we've got the High Priestess here. This is Pisces energy. I feel like this is Spirit saying, whether or not you choose to listen to your intuition and to follow the guidance of Spirit is what is within your power to change. Okay. Because some of you, it's been difficult for you to listen to Spirit and to follow Spirit and do, what you're being guided to do. And so in this situation, it's kind of like you don't really, you have a choice on what you want to do. You always do. But I'm saying, Spirit is just saying, they got a firm grip on the wheel here, and you just have to take your hands off and just focus. I mean, you can do what you want to do, but the recommendation is for you to take your hands off the wheel and just let whatever is happening happen. Okay. This is Pisces energy. All right. Let's clarify. Like I say, you got a choice. Either you can listen to the, what they're telling you or not. It's up to you. Okay. So we've got the nostalgia card coming out here. This can talk about, just looking at the past, thinking a lot about what's happened in your past. And then we've got the springtime card here. So for some of you, your person may possibly be showing up in the spring. Okay. All right. Okay. So when it comes to your person, they've been dealing with a lot of destructive battles just like you have. And then we've got the toxic love card here, that it says toxic love that will sting you. I feel like this is talking about, this scorned ex-lover. All right. I feel like this person here is somebody that is just, just as toxic as your person is. And it's just a situation that both of you have gotten into situations with people who are, I feel like, narcissistic, don't care about anybody but themselves, and want to just take advantage and manipulate other people. Okay. All right. So when it comes to what is not in your power to change, we got the 10 of Cups here. Spirit is saying you have an opportunity to be happy. You have an opportunity, when this person comes in, to be happy, to build a family, to build a life with this person, to have this person as a life partner. And you have a choice on whether or not you want to do this. But I feel like Spirit is saying what can't be changed is the fact that this person is going to come in, whether you want them to or not. Just the when and the how, you have no control over it. That's what you can't change. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. 10 of Cups. Ten of Cups. Okay. Here they come again. Anger issues, and they're emotionally withdrawn. Okay, we know. All right, let's go. Ten of Cups. I'm probably going to have to just change to this other deck. Okay. Okay. So when it comes to you, this is about you focusing on yourself and focusing on your self-worth, okay? Because a lot of this healing, that's what this is going to do. This healing that you're doing is going to boost your self-worth, all right? When it comes to your person, they're missing you. This is the new person. We're not talking about the old person. Like I told you, this person's in love with you. So they're missing you. And I feel like for a lot of you, they are at a distance, okay? So they could possibly be on a long distance trip. It's possible. But I feel like Spirit is saying that they are at a distance from you. And, at this time they are. And so, like I said, when the time comes, everything's going to work out the way it's supposed to work out. I know y'all don't want to hear that. I don't like to hear it either, but it is what it is. Okay. All right. So when it comes to what action is in your highest interest, we have the Strength card, which is your energy. And we also have the Empress, Taurus, Libra energy. So Spirit is saying, this is about you standing in your power, knowing your worth, and believing in yourself with the Strength card, okay? Building up your courage and your inner strength to prepare for this relationship, to walk into it after you've, gone through the things that you've gone through in the past, okay? And I know that's not going to be easy because a lot of you are talking to me about it in the comments that are, those of you who are entertaining their person because their person's already come in and they talk about how they're going towards the person, but they're nervous about it. Okay. So you got the divine masculine showing up here. This is also about your soul tribe coming in. So it won't be just the divine masculine, which is your soulmate now. We're not talking about this person here. And then with this soul tribe, you got other people that are coming into your life as well. That's why I feel like those seasons are significant. The winter time frame and the spring time frame, because this could be when these people start to trickle into your life, okay? And then we have the reinvention card. So Spirit is telling you, reinvent yourself, okay? Don't stop telling yourself that story about what happened with this other person. Let's start to tell the story about what we want to happen, okay? Because it sounds like it don't make no sense. It sounds like it's counterintuitive, but that's how you change things in your life. Like I tell you about self-love. You don't go from not loving yourself or not loving yourself the way you're supposed to loving yourself properly by sitting and continuing to say, oh, I don't love myself. I don't love myself. That's not how it works. You have to start to tell yourself what you're wanting your life to be. So that is what I talk about when I say it's how you identify. Every time you tell the story about what happened to you in the past, you are re-identifying with it. Okay. Every time you remain, like if you think a thought about it, okay, and you don't correct it, or like I tell you, you don't focus on the self-love and putting yourself first and meeting your needs and those things like that. All of those things keep you in the old timeline, in the old identity where you're not, becoming the new person. And you, just like your new person, your new person, the soulmate has to become who they need to be in this relationship. You got to become the same thing. Like I said, whatever you're wanting from that other person, you have to start standing in that same energy yourself. You have to start telling the story yourself. Like I said, you want to be in this relationship with this person, just be like, oh, me and this soulmate are going to have such an amazing relationship. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Talk about it. Talk about it to yourself. You don't have to talk about it to anybody else. Talk about what you want it to be. Because I do that. I talk about what I want it to be, because if I focus on the negative, that's what I'm going to get. And I don't want the negative anymore. I've had all these damn years, decades of the negative, and I don't want it anymore. And it was because that was how I was identifying. So like I tell y'all, the things I'm telling you, it's because I've done them and I know they work. I'm not telling you this just to hear myself speak. Okay. Or just to suggest something because I don't have anything else to say. That's not what's going on here. The things that I tell you about and the experiences that I tell you about, these are things that I know about firsthand. Okay. So you have to become who you're wanting this person to come into your life to be, because you have to be a match. Because just like you want somebody to have your back and be devoted and love, and love you down and so on and so forth, they got, you got to be that same thing. You got to be that same thing to them, because it's not fair for them to come into your life and be all the things you want them to be, but then you still being, the old person, the same where you were. I'm not saying that's what you're trying to do, but I'm giving you an example of this is how this life works. Okay, that's why I tell y'all, when y'all tell me those stories and stuff like that, some people want to get mad when I tell them that it's how they're identifying, but it is. It's whatever you say. When you say I am and you put something behind that, you're identifying. You're identifying with whatever adjective you use to describe yourself. Okay. So if you say I'm beautiful, that's what you identifying with. If you say the opposite, that's what you identifying with. Okay. You have to watch what you speak. That's why when they talk about actual like spelling, when you spell, but they say they call you talking, whatever you say, that's spelling. That's what they say that, because it's like you casting spells in this lifetime, because it's how it's how it works. And like I said, that may sound like the craziest thing in the world, but that is what's happening. Okay. So if you don't believe it, try it. Start to say certain things to yourself, to practice. Like, I don't know, give me an example. Let me give you an example. Think of something like something weird that would, like, for instance, like a car colors. Let's say a pink car, or a, like some obscure color car, or like a rainbow colored car, or something like that. Something that you would think would be the weirdest thing in the world. Start to tell yourself you're going to see it. Start to tell yourself you're going to see it over and over and over again. And one day you're going to look up and the damn car is going to be there. Okay? Because you have to understand that you are doing this just like just like me. The things that I'm telling you, the things I'm telling you about that happened in my life, I'm doing it. It's the way I'm identifying. So it's the same thing for you. It's the way you're identifying. So if you don't want to be alone anymore, you want to be in a relationship, you have to start to think of yourself as if you're in a relationship. You have to start to identify it that way. Okay? You got to stop talking about what happened in the past. Okay, it happened in the past, but that's the past. We can't go back and do nothing about the past. All we can do is focus on the here and now. If those of you who know about Louise Hay, she always always used to say, the point of power is right now. Okay, we can't, like I said, the past is already gone. The future's not here yet. You got to be right here saying what you want to happen. Okay, so that's why every day I tell myself what I want to go on in my life. That's what the techniques people talk about in manifestation. That's what all of it's about. So if you want your life to change, you no longer want to be alone. You no longer want to be, the person who nobody approaches, or whatever it is, whatever description you have for your current predicament. You have to start to change it to what you want it to be. So if like I said, let me give you an example. So if you're a dude and you want women all over you, or you just want your divine feminine, just be like, yeah, me and my divine feminine, we together now. You don't have to go out and tell other people this. You just tell it to yourself. This is what's going on. We do this, we do that. This is the type of life we live, so on and so forth, or whatever. Because that may sound crazy, but think about the thoughts you think all day long. It's the same thing. You hypnotizing yourself when you do that. So do you want to hypnotize yourself with positive things, or do you want to hypnotize yourself with negative things? It's up to you. Because like the default, what we've been taught to do is to hypnotize ourselves with negative things. That's why I come on this channel, and a lot of times I'll repeat things that I'm saying, because you're not going to always get it the first time. And I'm not saying understanding. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about your subconscious mind is not going to get it the first time. It needs repetition, because repetition is what got you to where you are now. So repetition is what's going to get you out of it. Okay. All right. So let's get some messages from Spirit. Hold on. We got a lot of cards that fell. It says ego. It says ego may be causing a misdirection in this partnership. Okay. Then we have isolation. A withdrawal is necessary for peace of mind and emotional recovery. Okay. And then mirroring. You are reflecting the hidden fears, thoughts, and emotions of your partner. So like I just told y'all that you mirror each other, right? You got the same card coming up, right? 6 of Pentacles and that equal love card. This is the same. It's the same card. One is just an oracle card, and the other one is a tarot card, but they mean the same thing. Okay. All right. So like I said, this time alone is not a punishment. Spirit is not trying to punish you. Spirit is trying to get you to identify differently, because this is about you becoming a new and improved version of you, Leo, about you leaving the old Leo behind, the old Leo who used to get abused and get mistreated and so on and so forth. That's not your story anymore. Your story is whatever you want your love life to be now, whatever you want your life to be now. Okay. All right. So we got spark. It says, my love for you is written in the stars. This is from your soulmate. We have the spark between us, which is undeniable and visible to everyone around us. You are the miracle that dropped into my life and lit me from within. Excuse me. Look up at the stars tonight and know that I am under the same sky thinking about you. We are destined to be together for many lifetimes. We don't need to rush this love. Our love is eternal. Okay. So your person is telling you, don't rush, have patience. Okay. Because they're somebody very patient, because you don't get to be a boss without having having patience, without being a patient person, because there are moments when you need to strike and there are moments when you need to wait until the time is right. So this person is familiar, very familiar with that. Okay. So they don't have a problem with the patience, and they feel like you're worth it. So they're willing to wait however long it takes for the two of you to come together. So you have to adopt, well, let me say this. You don't have to do anything, but it would make it easier if you adopted the same type of outlook on it. Okay. Because everything in this life is not going to come to you exactly when you want it. It has to be the right time. Okay. Because if it's not the right time, something's going to mess it up. Like, oh, I'm trying to think of an example. Okay. Okay. When I was trying, the last card that I had, the card that I currently have, when I was trying to manifest this card, right? I remember I did all the things I know. Let me say this. I'm a card whisperer. I always say that about myself, because that's one thing that I'm very good at manifesting. If I want a car, if I want to have 16 cars sitting in your yard, I can have 16 cars sitting in my yard. Okay. So, and I don't say that to be like cocky. It's just something that I know I'm good at. Everybody has their thing. Just like I tell you, everybody has their thing when it comes to addictions and whatever you like to do. Everybody also has their thing that they're good at. So when it comes to manifesting for me, for some reason, it's cars. Okay. I can manifest a car like this. It's not a big deal for me to do. Okay. So I'm saying all of this to say, this last car that I when I began to manifest it, I did all the things that I normally do. And, I didn't sweat it, because I know that I'm very good at it. Okay. That's why I tell you to practice by bringing in, practice by imagining, crazy things. So you'll know that you are the one that's in charge of your life, and you're in charge of what you're manifesting, to prove it to yourself, so that you can then move on to bigger things that you want to manifest. But anyway, so this last car, when I was starting to manifest it, things were going along really well. I did the normal things that I do to do what I needed to do. But when it was time for me to go and get the car, things kept happening. And I remember I was like, what in the hell is going on? I said, because this ain't my normal, MO. This is not normally what happens to me. It's like I want a car, and then however long, I pick what I want, and then it shows up. But this last particular car, it was just like, I think like 2 or 3 times when I was supposed to go and get the car, something was happening and I ended up not getting the car. Then it just got to a point where I was like, am I supposed to have this car? Because it just seems like it's an issue. And Spirit was like, no, just chill out. Have patience. And I can't stand that. I'm like y'all. I wanted yesterday. I wanted 10 years ago. I wanted 15 years ago if I can have it. So I just was like, what is happening? Because I was like, I never have an issue when it comes to this type of stuff. But when I finally ended up getting it, what was going on was the deal that was set up for the car and all the stuff that was behind it, it wasn't right. And had I gotten the car the first time or the first two times when I tried to get it and didn't get it, everything would have been messed up. Okay, so I'm saying all of this to say this is just a short example to tell you that you can have anything you want to have in this life. It's about what you believe you can have and about you, stepping into that identity. Because I stepped into the identity of having my car. Every day I used to visualize myself going out my door and sitting in my car. Every morning, that's what I used to do. Every morning, like twice a day. Every morning after I woke up, and every morning after right before I was about to go to sleep. And like I said, there may have been a few hitches this time, but I got what I wanted, and it ended up being a way better deal than I would have gotten had I gotten the car, had Spirit allowed me to have the car the first two times I tried to go get it. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying all of this to say this is what is going on with this. You are dealing with, it's not an inanimate object that you're trying to manifest. You're trying to manifest a relationship with a whole nother person. So you got to think about this, Leo, the fact that this is another person. They got stuff going on just like you got. They got crazies in their life that they gotta deal with just like you. And so it's a two-way street. It's two different people trying to come together, and then Spirit's got to make sure you're right, and Spirit's got to make sure this other person is right, because the both of you got to be on a level playing field, and it can't be no thing where one of you is slacking. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, just like you deserve to have somebody at their best, they deserve to have you at your best as well. So you got to think about that. That's what I start to tell myself when I start to go down the rabbit hole, just like, some of y'all sometimes. And like I said, it's normal. It's normal for you to feel like that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but don't stay there. Okay. Have your moment, flip out, and then come back up, to the positive, the happy vibration, because wherever you sit the most, that's what's going to show up. And so if you go down the rabbit hole and you want to stay there, and you want to feel bad, and you just want to do that, because some people are, I'm not saying you are, but some people are addicted to drama. Some people are addicted to negativity in their life. And I feel like it's not that they're consciously trying to do it. I feel like it's become such a habit in their life till it's all they know. Okay. So when you go down into that, don't feel like, something is wrong because you feeling bad and you feeling sad and you want to be with your person. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't let it overtake your life. That's why I tell y'all, go out and live your life. If it's something you want to do, stop waiting until somebody gets here to do it. Like me, I told y'all, if you watch the Twin Flame video, I went to Las Vegas for my birthday. I'm not waiting on nobody to do nothing with me. I always been like that, because if I ever sat down and waited for anybody to do anything, I fucking never do it. I've been all over the world, and a lot of those trips I've taken them solo. And so, like I said, they may sound, not sound exciting to you and stuff like that, but I'm telling you, Leo, you got to learn how to be your own best fucking friend. You have to learn how to be your own best friend. If you don't learn how to do that, it doesn't matter how many people you know or how many relationships you're in. One thing you have to remember is that I tell y'all this all the time, and I'm not trying to speak anything into existence or anything like that, but people don't have to leave you. It could be a situation where somebody passes away. It could be anything could happen. So you have to understand, this is about you understanding and recognizing and realizing, like really realizing that whether somebody is in your life and you're in a relationship or you're not, you're going to be okay. You know how to have fun. You know how to enjoy your life without somebody else being there. Okay? Because that's what I did. I took the time to love on myself and to become my own best friend. Like I said, do I want to be, go out and hang out with, have a man and go out and hang out? Of course. Of course I do. Of course I do. And then sometimes you do get tired of going places by yourself. But I'm not going to stop my life, because that's not going to bring the person any faster. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Those types of things, when you come out like that and you just be like, well, I'm just going to sit here and this and wait and all that. That's why I tell you, don't wait. Don't wait. Go live your life, because you got to show spirit that you okay, whether somebody's in your life or not. Because you got to think about this. When this person does come into your life, they have a whole life of them, of their own. And I'm not saying they're not going to make time or make space in their life for you, but they have other things going on, just like you have other things going on. That's why I tell you to focus on your career. Find the things that light you up. Start to do them. If there's something you've always wanted to do, go do it. Okay? If you like to dance, go dance. If you want to learn an instrument, do that. If you want to learn how to sing, do that. Figure out some things that are interesting to you, or something that you've always wanted to do, and start to do that. Make a list of the things and try to do something every month, or try to do something, every few months or something like that. But do something to make your life more enjoyable, because that's what's going to bring this person in. It's not you sitting and saying to yourself, well, I'm just going to sit here until they come. You got to live your life. You have to live your life. If you want to slow it down, sit there and wait for this person. Because I can guarantee you, this person may be waiting for the two of y'all to come together, but they living their fucking life. So you need to be living yours. That's all I got to say. Okay? All right. So let's get some more messages. Okay, so your person is saying so many things remind them of you. It's crazy. They said you make them feel like a kid again. Even though we are different, I feel so connected to you. And then we've got, I can't help mentioning you to my close friends or family members. Hold on. Excuse me. Whew. So this person talks about you to everybody around them. Okay, so it's like everybody's expecting you to show up, not just them. They're doing just what I told you. What did I just tell you earlier, right? Talk about your person. Talk about what you want them to, what you want to happen, what the two of you are going to do together. You can script about it. You can journal about it. You don't have to say it out loud. You can turn on the camera on your phone, or the camera on your iPad, or whatever you got, whatever, a pad or whatever, and talk about how you want your life to be. But like I said, this is about you becoming your own best friend and taking care of yourself, and knowing how to take care of your own needs, and not expecting somebody else to come in and do it. Okay? Okay, let's get one more. So we've got, I'm hooked. I hope I make you as happy as you make me. And it says, let me down sooner rather than later. Okay? So this person, like I said, they're telling you that they're hooked, they're hooked on you. All right. Okay, they're saying they'll love you always and forever. Hold on, just pulling. Okay, their love for you is the best part of life. They just want to be with you forever. So like I said, this person feels exactly the same way as you do. They're not, somewhere like, oh, I'm glad I ain't there with my person or whatever. They want to be with you just as badly as you want to be with them. But they know how to live their life until the time comes. And it says, I want to give you my heart so badly. And then it says, but I'm afraid. Okay. So at times, just like you feel nervous, this person feels nervous as well. Because like I said, they went through stuff just like you did. But Spirit is just saying to live your life and focus on yourself. And don't worry. You'll look up one day and your person will be right there in your face. Okay. Because they're telling you they want you. And what's the last one? It said, look, they do love you. Okay. All right. So let's get some Black Hollywood Romance Stars cards, Oracle cards, before I let you go, and see what else Spirit wants to tell you. So we've got laughter. It says the laughter shared between soulmates warms the spirit in no way a coat could ever. Then we've got falling in love. The feeling of falling in love is one of a kind. Know that it's safe for you to be in love. So Spirit is telling you this person is safe. This is, if you're going to take a chance on anybody, this would be the person you would want to do that with. Okay. All right, Leo, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Leo. Hi, Leo. Welcome back to Lee's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to continue on with the New Love series. And we're going to take a look at what's going on with you and your soulmate. Two perspectives on the same relationship, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here we go. This one, Spirit? Okay. It's supposed to be like this, like that. Excuse me. Okay, Leo, here we go. So, overall energy for this week's reading is the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. This is talking about, you using this energy to heal what you need to heal in order to prepare for this connection. Okay. Underneath this is the Justice card. This is Libra energy. This is talking about, karmic justice, like you getting what you deserve, your person, your soulmate getting what they deserve, because you've both been in tumultuous relationships and not been given or received. You haven't received the treatment that is worthy of you, or worthy of your value. Okay. Underneath this is the Queen of Wands, fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This, I feel like, just talks about both of you, being very attractive, looking really good, sitting in that energy where you both have a lot going on. Okay. Underneath this is the Knight of Cups. This is how I feel like you both are wanting to come towards each other. This is a water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So you're both wanting a love offer where the person is completely honest, has their heart on their sleeve, and is going to lay all their cards out on the table and be completely 100% honest. And I feel like that's what the both of you are wanting from each other. Okay. Because you're guarding your energy. You're both guarding your energy with this Queen of Swords. Okay. And I understand why, because like I said, y'all have been through it, but there is communication coming with this Eight of Wands. Okay. So we're going to start by clarifying the Hermit. The Hermit, please. Okay. As I said, this is about you healing and purging, letting go of things that no longer serve you. Okay. When it comes to your person, let's see what's going on with them. The Hermit, please. Okay, so your person is reliving the past. Okay. And I feel like, they're aware of the fact that they have a spiritual team that they can, go to for help or guidance if they need it. And then this is about them reliving the past so that they can come to you in a spirit of intimacy, like be open to you and open to the relationship. Okay. All right. So when it comes to you, this first card is talking about how you represent yourself. So we have the Empress. This is a beautiful card to see, Leo. Pat yourself on the back. This is about you standing in your power, knowing your worth, and this can also speak of Spirit telling you this is the need for you to get more in touch with your softer side, because you got to open yourself up and be receptive to this connection. Okay. If you're wanting it to work. Let's clarify. Okay. So we have the cycles card. So this is about you closing out cycles. Okay. In order to, like I said, prepare for this union with you and this person. And then we've got the springtime showing up. So you can either be meeting this person in the spring, which is only a few months away, or this could talk about in the spring, you and this person will be coming into a committed relationship. Okay. When it comes to your person and how they're, how they're representing themselves, we've got the Two of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Oh, wow. Your person's been through it just like you have. Okay. This can talk about them being betrayed, stabbed in the back, having an ending. And with the Two of Swords, not looking at the red flags, there being things that they should have seen that they didn't see. But a lot of times when you in relationships and you in love, you be blinded to the stuff. That is why discernment is so important. And you got to check the person out before it gets too far so you can see who you're truly dealing with, I feel like. Okay. But I feel like this person didn't have a chance, maybe didn't do their due diligence. And so they ended up paying for it. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Ten of Swords, Two of Swords. Yeah. So this person has experienced tower moments with the storm brewing card. So, they are tearing down their old foundation to rebuild a new one for the two of you to come together. And Spirit is saying that the universe has a plan when it comes to this connection between the two of you. Okay. So when it comes to how the two of you see each other, okay, we got the Five of Pentacles showing up here for you, how you see this stuff. Okay, so I don't feel like you see this person as somebody who's going to leave you out in the cold. I don't feel like that's what this is saying. I feel like you are saying that this relationship with this new person is going to stop this pattern of you being left out in the cold and being mistreated and and disrespected and all this type of stuff. That's what I feel like this is saying. Okay. And being left on red and all kinds of crap like that. Let's clarify. Five of Pentacles. Yeah. See, you're seeing this person as somebody who's going to be very devoted to you, is what Spirit is saying. And then we have the Winter card. So for some of you, you and this person will be coming together in the winter, which is like, it's only another month away because it's December here. Winter for us is in January. So you only actually have 1 to 2 more months before this person comes in. Or like I said, those of you who are together, you may be coming into a committed relationship by winter. Okay. So when it comes to your person, okay, and the way that they see you as very strong with the Strength card. This is your energy. This is also talking about, them, I feel like, believing in you and, feeling like, you are picking yourself up and dusting yourself off and learning how to believe more in yourself, building up your courage and your inner strength in order to prepare for this connection. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Okay. So your person knows that a change is coming when it comes to, this, their love life. They know that you're coming, that the two of you are coming together. And so they're working on fixing what has been broken in their life. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the third placement, we're going to look at how you both feel about the relationship. So for you, we have the Nine of Wands showing up here. Okay. This can talk about the wounded warrior, like you just been through it. And you're trying to, I feel like, get yourself to a point to where you can be happy about this new person coming in. I feel like a lot of you are, but you still have wounds that you have to look at. Okay. Yeah. See, we got the answer is no. I feel like Spirit is telling you no for this wounded warrior. You got to get out of this energy. Spirit is telling you to keep going, keep healing, keep doing what you need to do. And because you're almost at the end of whatever it is you're healing. Okay. And that's why they're saying no, like, no, don't give up. Okay. And then we have the action card showing up here. Spirit is telling, for those of you who are not taking action towards healing yourself, that's what you need to be doing. Okay. All right. So when it comes to how your person feels about this relationship, we got the Ten of Wands. They feel like they can let go of these burdens by being with you. Okay. That all of the things that have happened to them and all of the things that have happened to you because of people you've been with in past connections, you're going to be able to let go of these burdens and, be able to be in a healing connection together. Okay. Let's clarify. So we've got, yeah, this person's coming in wanting to give you loyalty, okay? And they're going to come in wanting to navigate this connection carefully in order, you know, for the both of you to feel relaxed and feel comfortable in it and not feel any type of undue and unnecessary pressure, okay? All right, so when it comes to you and what you want from the relationship, we've got the Eight of Cups showing up here and the Devil. So the Devil is Capricorn energy. I feel like this is you saying that you're walking away from all this old shit you used to go through, right? All these relationships that you've been through for many years. Like I said, it could be 8 years you've been going through this. It could be longer than that, okay? And you letting go of all the feeling trapped, feeling, you know, codependent, all the unhealthiness. You're trying to walk away from all the unhealthiness, all the misdeeds, all the tumultuousness, all the messed upness that's happened in your relationships, and you're walking towards that ninth cup there, which is your wish fulfillment, okay? So you feel like this connection is basically, you know, going to give you the things, give you what it is you've been looking for so you can stop dealing with all this bullshit. Like I said, both of you been through a lot. And I feel like, you know, you've just had enough of it. Okay. So we've got the patience card and vibration. So Spirit is telling you to keep your vibration as high as possible, and to have patience, and that when the time is right, like I said, you're going to, you know, the two of you are going to come together. When it comes to your person and what they want from the relationship, we got the Three of Swords. This person is tired of the heartbreak. They're tired of the third party situations. They're tired of being betrayed, is what I feel like. And so they're wanting that to end. So you wanting, you know, all the obsession, all the codependency, all the unhealthy behaviors to end. And this person is wanting the things that we just talked about to end. Okay, so this person is learning how to pay attention to the details in their life, okay? Because remember, we had that Two of Swords show up in the beginning, which can talk about having your head stuck in the sand and refusing to see red flags, refusing to see certain things. They're now learning how to pay attention to these things so that they can regain control of their life. All right? So the last placement talks about how you both see a possible future together. Okay, so we've got the Ten of Pentacles together for you. And the Ten of Pentacles is talking about you seeing this relationship as, you know, a beautiful thing where the two of you can build businesses. You can, you know, establish a legacy that is not just the Ten of Cups. It's the money and the love and the family. All of that with this person with the Ten of Pentacles, okay? All right, let's clarify. They had to pop up, right? They regret. Okay. All right. So when it comes to, okay, I'm sorry. Was your twin make me laugh? Okay. So when it comes to you and the Ten of Pentacles, you know, this is going to be about, like I said, a lot of communication. You and this person are going to talk a lot. Okay. In an effort to, you know, get on the same page, but I feel like you're already on the same page because you understand each other, okay? This person is coming back from a past life, all right? For the two of you to come together and be together in this connection like you have been in other past lives, okay? So when it comes to your person and what they see as a possible future for the two of you is the Fool. I love this. So both of you taking a leap of faith, both of you taking this seriously, and, you know, throwing caution to the winds and just throwing, jumping. I was going to say throwing up. I don't know why I was about to say that. I don't know. But this is about both of you taking that leap of faith, just doing it. Okay. Because like I told you, love is a risk. You ain't never going to get in any type of relationship. And I told you, it doesn't have to be just a romantic relationship. You take a risk when you're in any type of relationship, a friendship, when you're in, work relationships, anything that you get into where you're getting to know somebody and there are going to be feelings involved at some point. It's a risk. It's always a risk. So I feel like you've learned that, And, you know, this person is ready to take the leap, and you are too. So this person is drawn to you. And then we have the vacation card. They could literally be on vacation. This could be spirit saying that some of you may need to take a rest, or it could be your person that may need a break. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get some messages from spirit. Okay. So we got 2 cards that fell. We have wise counselor here. It is talking about, this is like the Hierophant card. And it's saying unity with a spiritually minded community. So this is about your tribe, your soul tribe coming in. Okay. It's also about, you know, committed relationships, like with people, not just romantically, but relationships with people where you're about to establish long-term relationships that are probably going to last the rest of your life, with people who get you, who understand you, who you don't have to explain yourself to. Because like I've told y'all, I feel like a lot of y'all have felt out of place, felt like the black sheep, you know, of the family, or the odd one out, or, you know, you were different from everybody in your family. Because I was like that too growing up. I was the weird one, but I wear my weirdness as a badge of honor, and I love it. What I love is that my person is weird too. So I love it. I love the weirdness. I love it. Be proud. Embrace your weirdness, Leo. Let your freak flag fly. That's what I always say, because that's who you truly are. And if you want people to love you, you got to be yourself. You can't be afraid to be you anymore. And that's the one thing I can tell you about getting older. The older you get, the more you like, fuck everybody. This is me. Either you can deal with it or not, because it's too much to be trying to wear a mask or trying to act like this, and oh, you trying to be accepted. I'm like, look, this is me. Either you can handle me or you can't. I don't sit here and pretend like I'm for everybody. Okay. But I know the people that are down with me are really down with me. That's how it is. It's either you love the hell out of me or you can't stand me. It's one or the other. There's no in between. And I'm fine with that. Because I would rather the people that are down with me be down with me, and the ones that don't want to be, move on. It's okay. Everybody, like I said, you don't have room in your life for everybody. Okay. You just need that chosen few who understand you, know who you are, love you for exactly who you are. And you get to relax and just be who you are. Cause that's fucking exhausting, trying to be something other than what you are. And then girl and boy, ain't nobody got no time for that. Okay, here we go. So Spirit is telling you to ask the divine for help and trust that the answers will come when you need help. Okay. Moving through this situation, and compare traditional methods with new ideas to see which is best for you. So this is about you paving your new path. Okay. You coming out as who you truly are. Okay. Because this is, you know, it's not just the LGBTQ people that come out. The straight folks come out too, and be who they need to be, come out too and be who they truly are as well. Because it's a lot of people in this world that wear masks. And like I said, it's very exhausting. All right. So that's what this is about. This is about you being who you are and being loved for who you are. Then we have the Empress card showing up here. This is Taurus, Libra energy. It is saying take time to take action, give birth to your dreams. Creative projects will be very successful, abundance and prosperity. So go for what you know, the things that you love, the thing that you came here to do it. Okay. Because like I told you, I always was the weird one, right? See me, I always been into stuff like this. I always been into tarot cards and crystals and all that stuff. I always been woo-woo, always. So embrace who you are. Figure out that thing that you are so passionate about that you don't want to do nothing else. The one way you'll know you found it is ask yourself, if nobody was paying you, would you do it for free? And if you would do it for free and you love it, that's the shit you need to be doing. That's what I'm telling you. Because I used to do this for free, way before anybody paid me to do it. So don't be afraid to do that, because at the end of the day, this is about you trying to enjoy your life in every area you can. So with your friends, you know, you're going to have new friendships, better friendships. You're going to have a man or a woman that's got your back. You're going to be, you know, successful when it comes to your career. You know, like I was saying with who did I just read? I just read who was before y'all? Oh, Cancer. And when I read Cancer, I was telling them, you know, you could have new car coming, you could be moving, new home, all of this stuff, because you're becoming a different person. So of course your environment is going to change as well. Okay. All right. So like I said, stand in your power and know your worth. Because it don't matter. It don't matter how weird you are. To me, the weird people, they end up being my best friends because I'm weird too. I'm weird too, and I love it. I love that about myself. I used to hate it when I was younger, but now I love everything about me. And that's the way you need to be, because you want other people to come in and see you that same way too. So you got to love yourself like that too. Okay. All right. So let's get some messages from your person. Let's see what they want to tell you. Because you know we ain't messing with that twin. We just leave them alone with that one little card over there. Okay, so we got, I hope it says you don't realize how perfect you are to me. So like I said, you and all your weirdness, that your person is telling you that you are perfect. And like I said, wear your differences as a badge of honor. Okay? It says you're the best thing that has happened to me. No one understands me like you do. I told you it's gonna be the same way. Though nobody's gonna go, like I said, you're gonna be able to talk to this person. They're gonna know exactly what you're talking about. You're the first thing I think about when I open my eyes. Okay. Let's get some more. Okay, so we got two cards here. We have illusion. Okay, it says, I may be quite quiet right now, but you are always on my mind. Remember that separation is an illusion. We are always together. We are drawn together by faith. Trust your intuition. I am working hard behind the scenes to heal and reach out to you soon. Stay strong for me. I am coming back home. Okay. Then we have daydream. So it is saying, I often fantasize about you. I daydream about you every day. I can't get you off my mind all day, every day. I always wonder what you're doing and how you're feeling about me. Meet me in your dreams tonight so we can start making our future together in reality. I want to build a strong foundation for us. Okay? All right. Okay, so before you go, we're going to pull the Romance Angel Oracle cards, see what else Spirit wants to tell you. Okay, so you got three that fell. We have religious factors. It says your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. Then we have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Like I told you, if you love this person, if you feel like you loving them or you liking them a lot, whatever way you feel, tell them how you feel. If you want to call them, call them. If you want to text them, don't hold yourself back from this person. I'm not saying, just be on 100 or be on 1,000, from day one. But if you feel like you want to talk to them, talk to them. If you feel like you want to text them, text them. This is a new and different relationship. React or act in a way that you've always, because this is the person that you've prayed for. So act in the way that you wanted to act. Be comfortable with this person, because this is your life partner if you want them to be. Okay. Then we've got very soon. Spirit is telling you, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Like I said, some of you in the winter, which is in a couple of months, and the others of you in the spring, which is right behind that. So, be thinking about what you want. Talk about how you want your relationship to go with this person. Journal about it. Turn on your camera, flip the thing so you can see yourself and talk about it. Because like I was telling somebody today, that people try to act like they don't talk to themselves. Everybody talk to themselves. Even when sometimes you don't even realize you're doing it and you talk to your damn self. So be your own best friend and talk to yourself about these things if you don't want to share them with other people. Because that's what you standing in your power and knowing your worth. That's what it's about too. Is you putting yourself first, loving yourself, and having a genuine relationship with yourself, so that in turn you'll have genuine relationships with the people that come into your energy. Okay. All right, Leah. Yeah, Leo, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Leo. Hi, Leo. Welcome back to Lee's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to move further into your love relationship by looking at what's going on with you and your soulmate for this week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, all right, here we go. one? Okay. Okay, here we go, Leo. Overall energy for this week's reading is the Queen of Pentacles. This is an earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is talking about the long-term, stable, and committed relationship that both you and your soulmate want. Underneath this is the Three of Pentacles. This speaks of, the two of you coming together and building the type of relationship you want to have, where there's, compromise and, the two of you working together as a team. Underneath this is the Two of Cups, which talks about this being a strong connection with a mutual attraction. This is also your soulmate card, speaking of your person coming into your life and you coming into theirs. And then underneath this is the Empress, Taurus, Libra energy. This speaks of, standing in your power, knowing your worth, stepping into that divine feminine or divine masculine energy in preparation to come together with your person, okay? You are each other's wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. And with the Chariot, this is Cancerian energy. This is about you and your person moving past the roadblocks, past the obstacles, balancing out your person, balancing out your personality and being successful, being, victorious. Okay. All right. So we're going to start by clarifying this Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the vibrations card here. I feel like this is Spirit just saying that this is about you keeping your vibration as steady as possible, not super high, not super low, but in the middle, and just, keeping it as good as you can. Like I said, when you have your problems or your bad days, Leo, there's nothing wrong with that. Have that moment, but then go right back to the middle as soon as you possibly can, okay? Because you're supposed to be allowed to have your feelings, okay? When it comes to your person, they're showing up with the love card here. I told you this person is in love with you and they cannot wait for the two of you to come together. Okay, so we've got elusive. It says dishonesty, deception, trickery. This is what both of you have exposed. Both of you have, well, maybe some things have gotten exposed to you, because I didn't mean to say that. This is what both of you have been exposed to in the past when it comes to your relationships. And I feel like, your partners were elusive, right? They weren't honest. They left you out in the cold. It was all type of traumatic experiences, a lot of trickery, a lot of them not being themselves. And I feel like, this connection is going to put an end to that once and for all. Okay. All right. Then we have love lessons. It says, don't let a history of failed relationships get you down. Gather the lessons and ditch the baggage. So Spirit is telling you, learn what you're supposed to learn from the situation and then move forward. Okay. Don't carry the baggage, because you don't want to bring that into this new connection. All right. Okay. So when it comes to the first card, we're going to take a look at this. Represents your love for your person, your love for this soulmate. So it is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is like the mini hermit for me. It is talking about you doing the healing. And I feel like the love or the potential love that you could have for this person is inspiring you to do the work that is necessary in order for you to prepare for the connection. Okay, let's clarify. Four of Swords. Okay, so we've got an awakening. You're going through an awakening at this time. That is what, is pushing you forward, giving you that impetus to move towards this situation with this new person. Then we've got blocked passion showing up here. It says when passion is blocked, it usually reflects something deeper. It's time to look beneath the surface and ask what's not being expressed. So this is what you got to understand, Leo. When you suppress your emotions, okay, you also suppress your passion. You block your passion. You stop it from being released. So, one thing you got to always used to say is when you cut yourself off from certain people, sometimes it leaks over into your other relationships to where you block yourself from them as well. So you have to be cognizant of the fact of how open you're being, because I understand that you went through a traumatic experience. So did your person. But this is about you weathering the storm and still being able to move forward as if none of those things ever happened. I'm not saying that you don't, you forget them and you never think about them. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you live and you learn. Basically, you say, okay, this is what happened. I'm going to move past this and just move on into this next relationship. And it happened. I learned what I needed to learn, and it was a blessing. And let me just move on in the direction that I'm supposed to. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person, this card is representing them, and what this represents their love for you. Okay. So it's the Justice card. This is Libra energy. This is about balance. This is about them coming into your life as your karmic justice. Okay. You getting what it is that you finally deserve in a relationship and in a partner. Okay. Let's clarify. Okay, your person, I feel like in the last connection they were in with this other person, they were, pushed to their limit. Okay, they felt very overwhelmed by what happened between them and this other person. Okay, so because of that, because they were pushed to this breaking point, we've got the fear card showing up, but the fear card fell sideways. So I feel like that spirit telling me that your person is overcoming this fear. Okay, they are working through what they need to work through in order to do that. All right. So the next placement we're going to look at represents how your past affects your current relationship, Leo. Well, let's get those cards. No, 1 second. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords, and it fell reversed, and we also have the Temperance card. Okay, Sagittarius energy. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is that you've gone from having your head stuck in the sand, not looking at red flags, holding yourself back, keeping secrets with this Two of Swords. But this relationship is going to open you up into the Temperance energy. This is the soulmate card. It's talking about balance and healing. Okay, that this connection is going to be very healing for you. Okay, that's how it's going to affect this new connection. You're going to go from, someone who ignores the red flags to someone who I feel like is discerning and is all about healing and having what it is that you want. Okay, all right, let's clarify. Okay, you being watched. Okay, you being watched by your soulmate, but you also being watched by that person in the past that's going to remain nameless. Okay, we also have the Spring card. Okay, for some of you, this could represent when you meet your person. It could also, it's not that far away because we're about to go into winter now. Next month, if you live in the United States or in in this area, our winter is just about to start, which means that spring is going to be just around the corner. So like I said, this may seem like a long time, Leo, but let me tell you like this. Look at where we are now. We are at the end of November, right? It seemed like yesterday or like a couple of weeks ago, it was damn January. So look at how fast time is flying. So that's why I said, don't get discouraged when you see this, and use this time that you have, like I said, to focus on yourself and to heal the things you need to heal so you're prepared when this person comes, because you don't want to get caught with your pants down. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't get, how can I explain it? Don't get discouraged and be like, oh, well, I'm just going to throw this down. I'm not going to worry about it or whatever because it's so long, because it's not a long time. It seems like it is because we talking about spring, but it's almost December now. Okay. Like I said, remember, this is a timeless reading. I'm just talking about months because this is what's going on. But when you find this reading, whatever you hear, this is what you're meant to hear. But what I'm saying is winter is coming, right? It's going to be here next month. Then the next thing you know, it's 2026. And then spring is right after winter. So it's really not that far away. It seems like it is, but it's not. All right, so let's move forward. Okay, see, because this is about marriage. Okay, so this is what you got to understand. This is not somebody that's coming into your life for you to just date. Okay, this is not a fling or a hit it and quit it situation, or a situation where you and this person are only going to be together for a short period of time, unless that's what you decide. Okay, but because this person, look, you see it says marriage vows. It says forever isn't a fantasy here. It's a shared choice. Marriage is either present, predicted, or deeply desired. So I feel like you want to marry this person. This person wants to get married. This is, like I told you, a boss, somebody that is about handling their business, and they would not be somebody that would string you along, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. Ooh, my hand is itching. Money coming. Okay. So the next card we're going to take a look at represents how your person's past is going to affect the current, when the two of you come together in a relationship. Okay. All right. So we've got the Nine of Swords here, and we also have the Starman, which is the Magician. So I feel like with the Nine of Swords, your person has had nightmares, sleepless nights, crying, all that type of thing, trying to get over the things that they've gone through. Okay. With the Starman card, I feel like, this is Spirit saying that your person has learned from these past connections, and they are manifesting a better situation with the Starman card, which is normally the Magician. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Okay, so this person, they're obsessed with you. It says infatuation, adoration, okay? Addiction at the bottom. And look, see what did I tell you? What did I tell you? The two of you mirror each other. The both of you have the same thing on your minds. You want to come together and head towards marriage or commitment, okay? So it's not like this person is playing with you. So you just got to realize it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen, and you just need to take your time. Don't be rushing into this connection, because when you rush, you don't think, you make a lot of unnecessary mistakes. This is about you and this person really coming together and really taking the time to understand each other and to really know each other. This is going to be somebody you can relax with, you can be yourself with. And so what is the rush? Okay, you're apart from this person, but it's for a good reason. Okay. All right, so the next card we're going to look at represents your love, like when you come together, or for those of you that are already together, what your love life is going to be like in the present moment. Okay. Let me just set one card. Okay, so the card that fell is the Lovers. This is Gemini energy. This is talking about you and this person vibing on every level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So whereas, in most relationships, you may click with somebody on one or two levels, you're going to click with this person on every level. All right. So that's a beautiful thing to see. Let's go ahead and clarify. Yeah, you're already together. I tell y'all that all the time in the fifth dimension. Okay. It just needs to manifest here in the 3D. Okay. This is about you surrendering. So Spirit is saying when you let go, you got to let go of this and just let it play out the way it's supposed to play out when it's supposed to play out. Okay. So we've got rejection and divorce coming here. For some of you, your person is going through a divorce. Okay. I feel like, maybe that other person they were with, that old person, that's what I'm saying. But not old as in old young, but old as in, the last person they were with. I feel like they may have rejected this person and went towards a divorce. This is not going to be for everybody. This is, going to be, I feel like for a small amount of you, but there are some of you where your person was married to someone and now they're having to let that go. Okay. All right. Okay. Then we have, oh gosh, it fell. Okay, so we've got escaping. It says avoiding, blocking, pushing away. So yeah, your person is walking away from whoever this, this other person was. And this person, I feel like, did not want your person to walk away. I feel like it was a thing where, see, they're trying to keep them. Look at what you see. They're cursing. Look, curses, hexes, negative mindset. Okay. This is somebody using witchcraft against your person. That's why I told y'all this weeks ago, that for some of you, that could be what's blocking this person from coming, is the fact that whoever this other person is willing to pull out all the fucking stops to try to keep your person from coming forward. But nothing's going to stand in the way of this. This is destined. It's supposed to happen. Okay. The only people who can fuck this up are you and your soulmate. That's it. Nobody else. Okay. They may try to throw a wrench into it, because I told you their person is coming for y'all, and so is your ex person. Okay. So I'm telling you this, and Spirit is backing up what I'm telling you. So, protect yourself, surround yourself with white light. Your spiritual team has your back. God, source, the universe, however you refer to them, they have your back as well. So, just realize that this is a powerful connection that is coming into your life. It's powerful. The things that the two of you are supposed to go to come together and do, there are forces that are trying to stop it. But you know in your mind, don't have a negative mindset. Realize that the two of you are supposed to do this. Is going to happen. My dad always has a saying. He always says, you can't stop an idea whose time has come. And I feel like that's what I always hear in my mind when I see shit like this. Okay. And know this, whoever this is that's doing this, okay, it's going to come back on them. Okay. Whenever you do shit like this to people, it to me, this is not like regular karma. When you get this shit back, it's like times 3 or times 10. It's like magnified, because, or multiplied, not magnified, multiplied, because you're trying to do dirt on people, and it's ridiculous. Okay. All right, let me get one other card. Yeah, see, we got breaking up showing up here. It says, whether it's official or emotional, a break has happened. What once held you together can no longer hold your growth. This is talking about you and your twin breaking up, and your person and their person breaking up. So like I said, the two of you are still mirroring each other. Okay. The breakups occurred on both sides. And like I said, there are people trying to use stuff to stop certain things from happening, but it's not stopping it, because your person is still walking away. You still walking away. The two of you are on schedule to come together. Okay. All right. Okay. So the next placement we're going to take a look at represents the outside challenges that you're going to need to overcome. Okay. Like I told you, you both got exes that are trying to come at you. Got to remember that. The cards are flying. Hold on. And then we've got the Prince of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And we also have the Sun card, which is Leo energy. Okay. So what Spirit is saying, this is Spirit saying, can you overcome these delays? Can you overcome these things that these blocks, or, what can be perceived as blockages? Can you overcome them and head towards the happiness that await the both of you when you come together? Okay. You just gotta put your head down, Leo, do the work on yourself that you need to do, and do what you need to do. Continue to be inspired by your feelings for this person, because look at what's coming. Commitment. Spirit is telling you. This just popped out of the deck. You cannot make this up. Hold on. Yeah. Because yes, you went through a lot. Okay. Somebody tried to break y'all, shatter you, break your heart, destroy you, but you didn't let it happen. Okay. And then you've got a beautiful reward coming towards you because of that. Ooh. Hold on. Yeah. So Spirit is just reminding you that this is a past life connection, and then it's gonna cause a tower moment. That's why it says storm brewing. Okay. That's the equivalent of the tower. And then it says digital love. So a lot of you may meet this person online, or that may be your primary way of communicating, okay? Online some type of way. It says digital love, you're vibing through the screens, but don't romanticize a connection that hasn't been tested in real life. So Spirit is telling you, you always use your discernment, even if it's with your soulmate, because this is about you not rushing into this and giving too much too fast. That's what this is about. Don't give too much too fast. Let this person earn the things that you give them, okay? So that they know that you are to be respected, and they know that these things are to be not to be taken for granted. And I'm not saying that this person is that type of person that would take something for granted, but we all know that the things that mean the most to us are things that we had to fucking fight for, right? Right? So think about that. Like, for instance, this channel means a hell of a lot to me, because I put in a lot of fucking hours, a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of effort. So that's why the fuck I be going off when people try to come and trivialize what the fuck I do through the comments by telling me, all kinds of negative shit. You see what I'm saying? When they try to be critical, because you don't, unless you sit here and you fucking run a channel, you don't understand what it's like. Especially, and then even if you do run a channel, it's still not the same unless it's like you would still not really truly understand what's going on unless you ran a tarot card channel, because it's different. Because I've had people in my life that I try to explain what's going on to them, and they think they know what's going on, and then when they see it in action, they like, oh my God, I really didn't understand all you go through. Okay, so I'm not saying this is not a complaint or anything like this, because I love what I do, but I'm just trying to get you to understand that sometimes the best things in life, you gotta fight for them. And it's like this connection. When these people, I tell you all these things because when these people try to come at y'all to try to fuck your shit up, you gotta just be tunnel vision and be like, fuck y'all. I'm gonna be with my person. I'm gonna be happy. I can't let y'all get to me. I can't let y'all get into my shit and mess it up. You see what I'm saying? You can't let people get into your head, because some people, that's what they want to do. Because anybody doing shit like this, they don't mean nothing positive by this, right? They don't mean nothing positive by this. It's all about them wanting to get what the fuck they want when they want it, okay? And it's people out here in this world, Leo, you got to understand. They don't care. They just want what they want, and they don't care who they got to run over it in order to get it, okay? So you got to stick to your guns. Understand that if you getting into this connection with this person, it's a forever thing that I feel like both of y'all are wanting. And if you want that, you gotta fight for this shit when it gets when it gets bad, and you gotta hang on and for dear life is what I feel like Spirit is saying. Okay, all right. And I'm not saying it's gonna be you and your person where it's bad. I'm saying a lot of times outside people. That's why you hear a lot of people say that they don't talk about their relationships to other people, or watch the celebrities. You see the celebrities, some of those celebrities that have been through relationships that were very public, and them and the person ended up breaking up. And then when they get into the next relationship, what do you see them do? They be like, they ask them about their person, they don't say shit. Okay, because it's just best for you to work your shit out with your person and not have anybody else there. I ain't saying you can't talk to your friends and stuff like that, but you just gotta if this is something that's gonna be sacred to you, you have to treat it as such, and make sure that you taking certain precautions and you not putting certain information out there and all that kind of stuff. Okay, all right, let's move on. So the next question, or the last question, is the card that represents how you can strengthen your weaknesses as a couple. Okay, hold on. Okay, so the cards that fell are the Strength card, Leo energy, and we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so I feel like what Spirit is saying is, you have to put an end to the things that no longer serve you. And then with the Strength card, this is about you believing in yourself and knowing that you you can do this, that you building up your courage, building up your inner strength in order to step into this connection and know that no matter what comes or no matter what happens, you're going to be able to weather the storm, what we just talked about. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's clarify. Okay, so for you, this is about you needing to take action when it's time for you to take action. Okay, I feel like for the majority of you, your person is going to come towards you. The only action you're needing to take now is to heal and do the things you need to do for you, independent of the connection, so you can step into your power and always know what your worth is and love yourself. Okay. When it comes to your person, we've got the secret card showing up here. Okay, so this is about your person. I feel like not wanting to have any secrets between the two of you. Okay, because this is what I'm telling you. You watch TV, you watch these movies, you watch these shows, and you see it even play out in real life. Whatever's in the dark always comes to light. So my thing is if you don't want to share it with somebody, or you don't want nobody knowing nothing about it, then don't create a secret to begin with. I feel like you need to just be honest with your person, and your person needs to be 100% honest with you. And then that way, it doesn't matter what somebody tries to come and tell your person and all that kind of shit, or vice versa. You're always 100% honest with each other. There's nothing the outside people can do. Okay. All right. Then we've got the beauty card showing up here. It says charming, graceful, kind-hearted. I feel like this is how your person sees you. All right. Then we've got commitment issues showing up here. It says someone here is afraid to fully commit, whether they admit it or not. Emotional walls are high and avoidance is running the show. So Spirit is saying, this is, like I told you, this is talking about how can you strengthen your weaknesses as a couple. You need to handle if you are the one with the commitment issues, you need to handle your commitment issues, and so does your person. This is not just a reading where I'm like this with you. It's with your person as well. Okay. Then we have the blocked card. It says right here, it says, it stings to be blocked, but try not to take it personally. Value those who value you and don't chase the ghosts. Okay. So I also feel like this is Spirit saying that, there may be people in your life that just need to be blocked. Okay. That because they're no longer serving you. And it's time for you to realize that and to let it go and just block them when and just move on. Okay. And you know who one of them is. Okay. And I feel like your person knows who the other one. I feel like they've already done it. And that's why these other cards are coming out. Because see, look, it says blocking right there. So I feel like your person has already done that with their ex. Okay. So now let's get some messages from Spirit. See what else they want to tell you about the reading. Okay. Here we go. Okay. It says quiet moments. It says seek solace in the silence where clarity finds its true voice. Okay. This is to me like the Hermit. All right. Then we have answers unfold. It says keep your mind open and be willing to learn from this experience. Okay. Because not only from this experience, but from the you being with this new person, because I feel like this is going to be a love unlike any you've ever experienced before in your life. Okay. That's why we keep talking about trying to prepare you for it, because it's almost like you going to another damn planet. Okay. Like you traveling, like the people going to Mars, like you ended up in Mars or whatever, and you don't know nothing about it. It's like a foreign damn land to you, this new connection. Okay. So that's why we talk about the healing and stuff like that, so that you don't make the mistakes that you made in the past. You don't make them in this relationship. Okay. Then we've got wish granted. Okay. It says the outcome may not be exactly what you want, but it's what you need. So, this person is coming. All right. And it will behoove you to do what it is that you need to do. Don't just be sitting here and be like, oh, they ain't coming to spring, so I don't need to do this. I don't need to do this. I don't need to do that. Because just because I'm telling you it's spring is not for everybody. And for some people, that spring card is talking about you will have already met this person and come together with them, and you may be getting committed in the springtime. Okay. All right. So Let's get some messages from your person and see what they want to tell you. Okay, so we've got the mission card. It says, together we are an unstoppable force. We have a purpose together, and I am determined to live it out with you. We are just perfect together. We can overcome any obstacle if we work as a team. Okay, that's the way you got to be. You got to be like, okay, we're a team, and we're attacking the problem and not each other. Okay. So like I said, you and this person, for some of you, you're going to be starting a family together with this person because you see this woman is pregnant. Okay. Or you'll be getting a woman pregnant. Make it fit, guys. So it says, blessed. I am blessed beyond measure to share such a powerful divine union with a divine love with you. I am so grateful for you and give thanks to the divine creator. Embrace your beautiful divinity. You are a precious gift in my life. Okay. And let's get. Okay, you are like an angel that came into my life to heal and nurture me. All right, I feel like you're both going to be healing and nurturing each other. The person is telling you they're in love with you. Then we have, I'm thinking of you in this very moment. I miss you. Okay. Okay. I can't keep going on without you. Then we have, I keep dreaming about us together. And we have, you're the first thing I think about when I open my eyes. Okay. We have, we belong together. And we have, you are my biggest wish. And we just had wish granted. Remember the card that just came out? And then it says, you're the only one I want. Okay. So before you go, we're going to pull a lover's oracle card and see what else Spirit wants to tell you about the reading. Hold on one second. Oh, the card fell all the way over here. Okay. Here we go. So it says, it's the first card. It says, deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. All right. I feel like that this has to do with you making the decision. Like when you choose who you want to be with, I feel like all of you, the majority of you already know who you want to be with. You already know what the answer is. Okay. Then we have this card and it says reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Okay. I feel like Spirit is just referring to the separation between the two of you and knowing, you know, that this space it's for a good reason. Then the last card we have is this one, and it says friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. So Spirit is telling you, you and this person start out as friends, like I told you, so you don't give too much too soon because that is a habit we all have. It's not just Leo, it's every fucking sign that I read for. We all have that thing, and I get it. It comes from an altruistic place because you really care about people, and you want so badly to be loved, and for somebody to give back to you that way that you do that, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's a proper place and time. You got to give this person a chance. Let them show you that they're worthy of all the things you want to give them before you start to do that. Because if you give it all in the beginning, where's there to go, right? A relationship is about building. It's about building a connection with someone. And because of that, there needs to be stages. Okay. Like I said, because I'm like that too. I'm guilty of that too. I've done the same thing that I'm telling you about. Like I said, all the shit I talk about, 9 times out of 10, I've done it as well. And I tell y'all, I'm not just talking to y'all. I'm talking to me too. And I'm talking to your person. Okay. Because both of you have the same issue that you love hard. Okay. You love strong, you know, and you're expecting the same thing you give to people. You're expecting it back in return. And as I said, there's nothing wrong with that, but you got to give it time to build up and get to that point. Okay. You don't start at that point and on day one, even if the person is already in love with you. Okay. All right, Leo, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Leo.